and more than twice as high as they were 4 months ago.
All right, here with me now to discuss this further is public health physician Dr. Chris Pernell. She is also the Regent at Large at the American College of Preventive Medicine. Dr. Pernell, good morning to you. I just want to start hopefully with some good news because, you know, the CDC is predicting that COVID deaths are going to start declining over the coming weeks. How optimistic are you that things are headed in the right direction, and where do you think it's all going to end up?
Morning. Very, very happy to be with you all this morning. Well, we have positive news coming out of the CDC. Yes, stats are starting to move in a better direction. We're seeing deaths below 500 a day, hospitalizations around 30,000 currently, and we're seeing our caseload below 100,000. While those are all positive signs, the most important thing for the public to be focused on is preparedness. And preparedness is knowing which prevention behaviors or prevention tools are in your prevention toolkit and how to use them.
Okay, so speaking of prevention, then we also just mentioned that Pfizer and Moderna submitted their applications for the FDA for the emergency use authorization for their updated booster shots targeting the Omicron subvariants. How important is it to get an updated booster? Because right now I feel like, you know, I'm boosted, but I still feel vulnerable to this Omicron variant.
I think it's very important because what we've learned throughout this pandemic is that the virus is going to try to stay ahead of us. How does the virus do that? By mutating, and we get these variants that are typically more infectious, meaning that they spread more easily. We have BA5, BA4, which are circulating across communities in the United States. And the fact that we'll now have a tool in our toolkit that is very specific against those variants is indeed good news.
Okay, let's pivot to monkeypox now, because, you know, that's obviously the other virus that many of us are concerned about, including parents. First off, you know, what should parents be doing? How concerned should we be?
Parents should be doing with what everyone else is doing. I want to first emphasize that the risk of children contracting monkeypox is low. Although it is low, it is not impossible. So what do? We know that monkeypox is spread by direct skin-to-skin contact with someone who is infected, meaning someone who has the monkeypox virus rash. So don't share bedding, don't share towels, don't share clothing, don't share utensils. In addition, we know that hand hygiene is one of the most basic bread and butter infection prevention tools that we have. So wash your hands in soap and water and or alcohol-based sanitizer.
And those are the statistics that you're looking at right now on your screen with the CDC data showing more than 17,000 cases nationwide of monkeypox, with at least 17 confirmed and probable cases among children 15 and younger. So obviously a lower risk, it seems, when it comes to children. But racial disparities, that's something that the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, highlighted during that White House briefing on Friday. I think she mentioned that Black and Hispanic men, they represent a disproportionate number of new monkeypox cases, yet they're the least likely to be vaccinated against the virus. Why are we seeing these kinds of disparities, and do you think the Biden administration is doing enough to address that?
We continue to see these types of disparities because of systemic racism, because of health inequities. What we know is that those in historically excluded groups like Black and Latino populations have less access to care. When you have less access to care, you're less able to prevent yourselves against outbreaks or any chronic health condition that might be predominant in community. You can data that's out of Georgia and North Carolina. It shows that of those who are infected with monkeypox in those states, that's ranging anywhere from 70 to 82%, but yet only 22% of those who have been vaccinated have been Black men or Black men who have sex with men. So we have to always keep equity at the front and center of our public health practices and our pandemic preparedness. And is the administration doing enough? The administration has made gains, but the administration can do more. We must center and lead with equity, and that means from the advance, how are we accessing those communities where we know they will have disproportionate risk, and what are we doing to eliminate that risk?
Yeah, outreach extremely important in this as well. Dr. Chris Pernell, appreciate you joining us this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So we are just one day away from the launch of the Artemis 1 rocket, a preview of NASA's mission to the moon